Imagine if you could put a price tag on your teenage daughter's head, selling her to the highest bidder. Sounds shocking, right? That's precisely what happens in the Roma marriage market in Bulgaria. In a world where we're constantly striving for gender equality and fighting against child exploitation, a tradition seems out of place, a stark contrast to our progressive notions. This is the Roma marriage market in Bulgaria, a tradition that has weathered the storms of time and societal evolution. In this marketplace, not commodities, but teenage girls are the items for sale. They're dressed in their finest clothes, their faces adorned with makeup, their eyes filled with a mix of fear and hope. These girls, some as young as 13, are displayed like merchandise. Their worth determined by their looks, their virginity, and their ability to work hard. The buyers in this market are not ordinary customers. They are young men, often no older than 20, seeking a bride. In this peculiar marketplace they haggle and negotiate not for a piece of property or a valuable artifact, but for a life partner. The highest bidder walks away with a bride, a human being reduced to a mere commodity. This shocking tradition is not a hidden secret. It's an open public spectacle taking place annually in the village of Stara Zagora. Thousands gather from across the country, turning a blind eye to the glaring human rights issues and participate in this centuries-old tradition. While it may seem like a relic of the past, this marketplace is very much a part of the present. Despite the legislative efforts and societal disdain, the Roma marriage market continues to thrive, untouched by the winds of change. It's a chilling reminder that traditions, no matter how archaic, can persist in the face of modernity. In the heart of Europe, this marketplace, a centuries-old tradition, still persists today. But how did this marketplace come into existence? The answer lies in the rich and complex history of the Roma people. The Roma people, often referred to as gypsies, trace their origins back to northern India, from where they began their epical migration around the 9th century. Over centuries they dispersed across Europe, carrying with them a vibrant culture and a distinct set of traditions. Among these traditions was the practice of arranged marriages, a custom that evolved into the unique phenomenon we know today as the Roma marriage market. As the Roma moved into Europe, they encountered societies marked by rigid class structures and social hierarchies. Their nomadic lifestyle and distinct cultural practices often set them apart, leading to their marginalization. In such circumstances, the marriage market emerged as a way to strengthen social bonds within the community and ensure the continuation of their cultural heritage. This marketplace was not simply a venue for arranging marriages, it was a social institution, a place where relationships were forged, alliances were made, and the community's norms and values were reaffirmed. Here, the Roma could celebrate their identity and resist cultural assimilation. Central to the functioning of this market was the concept of the bride price, a sum paid by the groom's family to the brides. This tradition, rooted in the historical realities of the Roma, served multiple purposes. It provided financial security to the bride's family, acted as a form of dowry, and was seen as a reflection of the groom's ability to provide for his future wife. Over time, societal norms and values have preserved this tradition, even as the world around the Roma has undergone dramatic changes. The marriage market continues to serve as a nexus of culture, community, and continuity, a testament to the resilience and adaptability of the Roma people. This age-old tradition, deeply embedded in the Roma culture, continues to shape the lives of many young girls today. Now, you might be wondering, how does this market work? It's a process that begins long before the actual marketplace event. Let's take a step back to understand the groundwork that takes place. From a tender age, Roma girls are groomed for this very moment, the marriage market. It's a tradition that's been passed down through generations, and each family has its own unique way of preparing their daughters. This preparation involves teaching them domestic skills, such as cooking, cleaning, and child-rearing, which are seen as valuable attributes in a bride. Once these girls reach the age of marriage, which is often in their early teens, they are adorned in their finest clothes and taken to the market. Here, the process of bidding begins. Families of eligible bachelors scrutinize the girls, assessing their beauty, domestic skills, and overall demeanor. It's not a process that happens in hushed whispers, but rather a boisterous affair filled with music, dancing, and negotiations. Now, on to the part that leaves many baffled, the bidding. The bidding process is not merely about the highest bidder winning the bride, it's a complex process that requires a keen understanding of the market dynamics. The price of a girl is not fixed. It fluctuates based on various factors. These include her beauty, virginity, the reputation of her family, and her domestic skills. The more desirable these qualities are perceived to be, the higher the price she can fetch. However, it's important to note that this practice is not universally accepted within the Roma community. Many voice their opposition, arguing that it commodifies women and robs them of their agency, but for others it's a deeply ingrained tradition that's hard to break away from. In this marketplace, a girl's worth is determined not by her dreams or aspirations, but by her physical attributes and domestic skills. While the Roma marriage market is a tradition for some, it's a source of controversy for others. This centuries-old tradition, steeped in cultural significance, has implications that extend far beyond the community itself. At the core of these implications is the impact on the girls who are sold in the market. Many are barely teenagers, and the prospect of an arranged marriage at such a young age can be daunting, to say the least. They are abruptly thrust into the role of a wife and mother, without the opportunity to explore their own interests or ambitions. This not only limits their personal growth but also reinforces a cycle of poverty and marginalization. The controversies surrounding the Roma marriage market are numerous and contentious. While some see it as a harmless tradition, others view it as a blatant violation of human rights. Critics argue that the practice commodifies girls, reducing them to mere assets to be bartered. They claim that it perpetuates gender inequality, infringes upon the rights of children, and even amounts to a form of human trafficking. However, there are also those who staunchly defend the Roma marriage market. They argue that it's an integral part of their culture and identity, a way for families to form alliances and ensure their daughters' futures. They contend that criticism of the market often stems from a lack of understanding or respect for Roma customs and traditions. This stark divide in perspectives raises several human rights issues. On one hand, there's the right to maintain and practice one's culture. On the other, there's the right to personal freedom and equality, particularly for women and children. Finding a balance between these rights is a tricky endeavor, and one that's fraught with tension. The Roma marriage market, a tradition deeply rooted in culture, is a complex issue with no easy solutions. It's a microcosm of larger societal debates about tradition versus progress, cultural preservation versus human rights, and the power dynamics that underpin it all. As we delve deeper into this topic, we must remember that behind every controversy lies real lives, real people, and real consequences. The Roma marriage market, a tradition deeply rooted in culture, is a complex issue with no easy solutions. The Roma marriage market, a phenomenon that seems out of place in the 21st century, persists in the heart of Europe. We've walked a path, fraught with intrigue and controversy, through Bulgaria's Roma marriage market. The history we've delved into is as rich as it is unsettling. It's a tradition deeply entrenched in the Roma community, dating back centuries, a testament to the resilience and continuity of culture, but also a reflection of a society that has struggled to evolve with the times. The mechanics of this market, as we've seen, are as intricate as they are stark. Young girls, barely in their adolescence, are paraded in front of potential suitors, their worth measured in monetary terms. It's a practice that, to many, feels like a relic of a bygone era, yet it thrives today, in the hustle and bustle of the 21st century. And then there's the controversy, the heated debate that surrounds this practice. On one hand, there's the argument for tradition, for cultural preservation, for the right of a community to adhere to its own customs and practices. On the other hand, there's the argument for human rights, for the protection of young girls who, many argue, are being denied their childhood, their education, and their right to choose. The dichotomy between tradition and human rights is stark, creating a complex issue that defies simple solutions. It's a debate that rages on, a tug-of-war between the past and the present, between cultural preservation and societal evolution. As we journey away from the Roma marriage market, we leave with more questions than answers, a testament to the complexities of tradition, culture, and human rights. The Roma marriage market stands as a symbol of these complexities, a reminder of the challenges we face as we strive to balance respect for cultural diversity with our commitment to universal human rights. As we journey away from the Roma marriage market, we leave with more questions than answers, a testament to the complexities of tradition, culture, and human rights.